KSLA News 12 starts now.
We're taking a look outside on our Arkansas traffic cameras, and the roadways, they're looking dry right now, but it is pretty misty and we do see those dark clouds out there. So we're expecting some rain coming up today. Good morning. You're watching our weekend edition of KSLA News 12 this morning. It's 8 o'clock and I'm Destiny Patterson. But first, let's head over to our first alert meteorologist, Jessica Moore. And Jessica, like I said, I saw some mist out there on my way in and on the traffic cameras. What are we expecting today?
We are definitely still expecting rain, Destiny. We saw it last night and it is continuing this morning. So as we take a look at live first alert Doppler radar, you can see some heavy rain right now, mainly in East Texas. This is moving off to the north and east as that low pressure system lifts off as well. But we do have some scattered showers off in northwest Louisiana, some moving through Bienville Parish and just on the eastern outskirts of the parishes near Wynn and Jackson. But if I zoom in, you can see Marshall, Texas right now getting slammed with some heavy rain and thunderstorms in this. We're looking at heavy rain from Harleton down towards Hallsville, back towards Scottsville as well. And this is along I-20. So if you do need to travel along I-20 and you're in East Texas this morning, want to add in some extra time because again, it is pouring in some places this morning. Taking just a broader look at this, we're looking at from areas in East Texas all the way down towards Carthage and Henderson. Radar noting about 33 lightning strikes. So not a huge storm out of this, but again, we are looking at some thunderstorms in this big cluster as it is moving off to the north and east. So this is going to make its way into Arkansas and northwest Louisiana. Future track showing that we're still tracking rain even into the late morning hours. Here's a look at 11 o'clock. Some rain still funneling into northwest Louisiana as well as Arkansas, but I think the bulk of the heavy rain that we're seeing now should be gone at least by the afternoon, early afternoon at that. By 5 o'clock this evening, we could see some scattered heavier rain and thunderstorms near the I-30 corridor, but looks like the bulk of the rain will be done with us by then. Looking at drier weather here in the Arklatex, that will help our temperatures warm up. Still going to get fairly warm today, but still going to stay dry and nice into the overnight hours, staying cloudy, but it is going to clear out, or at least could clear out by the afternoon on Monday. The severe weather threat for today has lowered a little bit. We're looking at now a marginal risk stretching from Arkansas back towards East Texas. That includes Caddo and Bossier all the way down towards Sabine and Natchitoches Parish, with the very eastern outskirts in a slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5. May get an isolated damaging wind threat as well as hail, but could see also flash flooding. Seeing a lot of rain here across the Arklatex. We encourage you to send in any pictures or information about how the rain is falling in your area. But we're keeping our eye on the next weather maker. This is going to move in on Tuesday, and again, could see some more severe weather with the future track showing this moving in during the morning and afternoon hours, but dry by the evening. Before you head out the door, temperatures in the upper 60s for most of the Arklatex. I-30 north, mid 60s this morning. We'll warm up to the upper 70s to low 80s today. Highs get around 90 degrees on Monday. Going to be a warm day. Haven't really hit 90 since October. Here's a look at temperatures Tuesday through Friday. We are seeing rain Tuesday, temperatures in the low 80s, but we'll see temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s again Wednesday through Friday, which is more so our average for this time of year with sunnier conditions. I'll have another check of your forecast in just a moment. Destiny?
Gathered Saturday in the 1300 block of Hearn Avenue to start their march to the Caddo Correctional Center to protest lives lost to law enforcement and to demand respect.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Hands up. We're going to be peaceful, respectful, but we're going to say how the hell we feel in that order.
SPD, where are your good apples? Caddo Parish Sheriff Office, where are your good apples? Louisiana State Police, where are your good apples?
Because it's unfair to African Americans and it's unfair to any citizen to be treated like an animal and like inhumane.
But let's stop the notion of calling black people violent after responding to being murdered in the streets. It's called pain.
Casey Simpson.
Got 5 lists of demands.
The first one, requesting full transparency regarding the independent investigation that was approved by the parish commissioner.
That's right.
Thanks to Commissioner Stephen J.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
I experienced the pain of George Floyd.
And I feel like this is what's necessary to get the answers that we need and deserve.
Family members and supporters of people who have recently died in police custody, including Tommy McLaughlin Jr., who died April 5th of 2020, and Casey Simpson, who died almost 2 months ago at the Caddo Correctional Center. In the McLaughlin case, the family attorney is demanding a settlement. Meanwhile, family members of Simpson say they do not believe he died of natural causes while in prison, despite reports from the coroner's office. Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis hosted a memorial Saturday to remember the 8 victims of the mass shooting at the FedEx ground facility. 8 people died and 4 were hurt when a gunman went on a rampage on April 15th. Several of Indiana's elected leaders were invited to speak on the topic of preventing gun violence, including Governor Eric Holcomb.
Those of us who did not know the 8 victims have discovered so much more about them. Some were grandparents. Others were recent high school graduates. Some were newly arrived immigrants. Some were lifelong Hoosiers.
Investigators are still trying to determine the motive for that shooting. However, police say the gunman who took his life was browsing white supremacist websites a little over a year before the attack. Over in Wisconsin, a gunman opened fire at a casino Saturday night, killing 2 people and seriously hurting another. The shooting happened at a hotel restaurant connected to the casino, and authorities believe the shooter was targeting an employee at the restaurant who was not there at the time. Police shot and killed the suspect when they arrived at the scene, and it's not clear if the gunman worked at the casino. President Joe Biden is coming to the Bayou State next week. This comes as the president tours the country to push his rescue plan. President Biden will make 2 stops, including New Orleans and Lake Charles. He's expected to discuss several issues in the state, including infrastructure, the pandemic, and hurricane recovery. The Biden administration wants to spend $4 trillion on a pair of infrastructure plans, one that focuses on creating new jobs with projects to rebuild the nation. $1.6 billion of that rescue plan is coming to Louisiana. Governor John Bel Edwards hopes to use it on infrastructure and unemployment and tourism needs.
There's no doubt that Louisiana is on the mend, but we still need some help in order to make a full recovery. And that really is the whole purpose for the American Rescue Plan.
This round of money is supposed to be the first of more to come. The state is still waiting on federal guidance on exactly how to spend it all. Full Court Press with Greta Van Susteren airs today on KSLA. Here's Greta with a sneak peek of today's show.
Today on Full Court Press, I speak to House Majority Whip Congressman Jim Clyburn.
We need to clean up our infrastructure, repair it, and in some instances, expand it, redefine it. Look, we're not going to do what needs to be done with our infrastructure by clipping coupons out of the Sunday paper. We got to pay for it.
Seeing rain move into Texarkana, back towards New Boston and New Hope. We're tracking it all out this morning on KSLA News 12. I'll have more information after the break.
And if you're thinking about getting a new car, now might not be the good time. Coming up, we'll tell you how a computer chip shortage is impacting car manufacturers.
Well, if you're in East Texas, heads up. We are still tracking heavy rain and a few thunderstorms. Thankfully, none of these are severe, and we haven't seen any severe weather so far. So some good news there. But tracking some heavy rain from Tatum down towards Carthage, Tenaha, Center Texas. We are seeing areas on the outside of it seeing heavy rain right now, but some of that heavier rain is going to move into Center Texas within the next couple of minutes or so. So as you're heading out the door, may factor in a little bit of extra time to get to where you need to go. This is going to continuously move off to the north and east. I think this will eventually move into northwest Louisiana within the next couple of hours, but most of the rain focused in East Texas. This is a little further up north near Titus and Morris County. We're seeing Dangerfield, some heavy rain and storms over back towards Marietta as well. I think the rain will start to let up in East Texas within the next hour or two, but we'll still be tracking rain and thunderstorms into your afternoon. Winds today out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's going to be breezy and rainy. Temperatures, though, will warm up into the upper 70s to low 80s for highs today. If you think that's warm tomorrow, a little bit warmer. Highs around 91 degrees on Monday. Going to be a very warm day. Temperatures, though, 82 on Tuesday with the rain and storms, and then we'll be back near average for this time of year to finish out the work week. We'll take a look at your 12-day forecast in just a moment.
Pfizer is hoping to give out its vaccine to kids as young as 12. The company formally asked the FDA to expand its emergency use authorization today. For now, the shot is only approved for patients 16 and up, and the company says clinical trials show it's safe in kids as young as 12. No word on when the FDA will consider the company's request, though. And a new CDC report is giving the thumbs up to the safety of the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine. The report found there were 17 cases of a blood clotting condition among people who have received that vaccine. But overall, the CDC says only 3% of reported reactions were serious. However, the report also noticed a few dozen anxiety-related events among thousands of vaccine recipients. Experts attribute those to more people who are afraid of needles opting to get the J&J vaccine because it only requires one shot. More than 103 million Americans have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19, according to the latest CDC data Saturday. A grand total of 243 million doses have been administered so far. The vaccination milestone means nearly 40% of adults have been inoculated, but Dr. Anthony Fauci says the U.S. won't reach herd immunity until 70 to 85% of the population is vaccinated. A shortage on computer chips is slowing down production of many new vehicles. That means fewer choices at your local dealer, and it's driving up prices. As Errol Barnett reports, your car is a computer on wheels.
To some degree, it looks like maybe I'm going out of business.
Any other year, Stephen Wade would be worried to see his 40 acres of car dealership space in Utah so empty. Instead, he's overjoyed.
I've had the best year of my history in my whole life. I've had the best year financially.
Wade's lucky cards are all thanks to an ongoing shortage of computer chips. You see, it's been more than a century since cars were just 4 stiff wheels and a chassis.
The first Chevrolet to offer wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Now they're luxurious comfort machines infused with top technology. But the semiconductor chips underlying that convenience are also key to computers and wireless devices, for which demand shot up dramatically during the pandemic.
Semiconductors go in virtually everything, and what happened is when COVID hit, I think everyone thought that the demand side was going to decline significantly, and in fact we saw the opposite.
Global car makers have been forced to pause or reduce production. Ford's F-150 and Chevy Trailblazer are among dozens of popular brands impacted.
We generally see uptick in sales starting in May, and then going July is another big month.
Jessica Caldwell examines consumer trends for Edmunds and says this shortage means you're likely to make concessions on your next car.
In times in which you have to scale back, you can't necessarily offer everything to consumer.
Wade says of all the cars you see on his lots, half are already sold by the time they arrive.
There is one small silver lining for customers, though. You can get more bang for your buck on a trade-in, which are being valued at a premium by as much as 20%. But you're less likely to get a deal on your purchase. It's estimated this chip supply shortage could last into 2022. Maybe you've seen this billboard around. This is 5-year-old Maya Patel, a beautiful young girl who was fatally shot by a stray bullet earlier this year. And we get a reminder about the importance of organ donation from a Shreveport family who was on the receiving end just a few years ago. Here's KSLA News 12's Kinley Hargett.
What?
Ivana Francis is a fighter that's already overcome the impossible.
She had choriomenopathy, and she was progressively just getting worse, so they had to put her on the list, and she got her heart in within a month.
Little Ivana's condition made it hard for her heart to pump blood to the rest of her body. She needed a new heart, and that's when the organ donor registry came in.
That was all because of Aaron and their choice when their 7-month-old daughter had died.
Almost 600 miles away, Aaron and Trevor Young were dealing with the loss of their 7-month-old daughter and decided to donate her organs. Maya Patel's family made that same life-changing decision. Maya tragically died in March, and her kidneys, liver, and heart have gone to other people. Her lungs and pancreas went to medical research. Ivana's mother says these gifts are priceless.
My mom's a nurse, so she's always preached, organ donation, because she is working in the hospital. She see how important it is. But having a daughter who needed a heart just gave me a different perspective of it.
Her parents decided to make her an organ donor after her passing. How important was that for her parents to make that decision?
Oh, that is the awesome task that some of us go through when we see our families, when we talk to the families during that, the most grief they're ever going to experience in the worst day of their life, to actually think of others and still say yes to donation. It's an awesome opportunity to give those patients a second chance at life.
It's life-saving gifts that help save lives. Reporting in Shreveport, Kimberly Harville, KSLA News 12.
Ivana and her family headed over to Missouri over the weekend to meet her organ donor's family for the first time, and they've kept in touch through the years and have become great friends. SpaceX delivered 4 astronauts safely back to Earth. The Dragon capsule, named Resilience, splashed down in the Gulf of Mexico earlier Sunday after a 6-month stay at the International Space Station. The astronauts, 3 American and 1 from Japan, undocked from the ISS Saturday evening. All 4 main parachutes could be seen deploying just before landing, and this is the first nighttime splashdown of a crewed capsule since Apollo 8 in 1968. This marks the 2nd successful astronaut launch from Elon Musk's company.
4. Command engine start.
And if you like outer space, you will soon have the chance to buy a ticket to go. Blue Origin wants to send you on a brief joyride to the edge of space. Passengers will get to ride 60 miles above Earth and spend several minutes in weightlessness before the capsule parachutes back to Earth. Blue Origin's website says more details are coming May 5th. I mean, I don't know about you, Jessica, but I don't know if I would go to space.
I don't think so either. I've seen way too many movies about people getting trapped there, something going wrong. So I mean
definitely a cool idea. I don't know if it's for me though.
Super cool and futuristic, but I'll keep that for the people that really want to go, and I'll cheer you on from the house. Here's a look at your 12-day forecast. Temperatures today going to get up into the upper 70s to low 80s, but 90s on Monday. More rain Tuesday, back near average, and sunny as we continue throughout your work week forecast. And then next week, Destiny, temperatures going to be in the 80s. Mother's Day looking dry for now, but you only have about a week to get your mother a gift.
Thanks, Jessica. And we've got spring graduations coming up, so we wanted to highlight a few of them here. This is Alyssa Culvert from Parkway High School. And then here we've got Lakeon Harrison from Southwood High School. And a pair of twins, Morgan and Megan Capers, Byrd High School. Thanks so much for watching.